Hey squad, welcome back to your Royal BFF, the People's Duchess. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are almost there, y'all. We are almost at that 3-day weekend. I can almost taste it. Oh, goodness. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I know I am. And you know who else is? The Duchess of Sussex. She is having a time. She posted this IG clip and it just gave Princess in Paris. Her and her crew of merry men are in Paris doing their thing. And oh man, we all saw the results. We all saw the results. The proof was in the pudding. Loved, loved, loved these behind the scenes. I mean, this reel is doing numbers. All of her Instagram posts does numbers, but oh my goodness. She looks like she had a time last night. Good for her. I'm so happy to see her back outside, glowing, radiant as ever. And I love, 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 love that we have discovered and unlocked a new level of access and power that Meghan had prior to becoming a royal. As it turns out, her and Pierpaolo have enjoyed a very close friendship for way longer than any of us ever knew. And you might be wondering, well, how long? When did she meet him? Your girl did a little digging, and as it turns out, Meghan has been a Pierpaolo Picciolo fan for a very long time. Suits long time. She has been spotted in his designs since he worked at Valentino, which he worked at Valentino for like 25 years. He was the creative director at Valentino for the latter half of that tenure and made some absolutely beautiful and memorable pieces. That gold stud that Valentino is known for, that is like literally a staple across Valentino, he brought that into fruition. He really championed that era. Y'all remember those Valentino studs? Man, I had every pair. I had a pair in every color. I loved these studs, and so did Meghan. She's worn plenty of Valentino, and I want to deep dive into her Valentino closet pre, during, and post royal. So Pierpaolo is obviously an industry veteran, and while there is no specific information on exactly when the two of them met, we can surmise that Meghan, as a bona fide fashion designer herself with two successful collections under Reitmans, she has the inside scoop. And we've gone over this before. I mean, we've covered this on the It Girl Diaries, traipsing across London, Canada, New York, fashion weeks. We have covered her best looks from Suits and 15 best looks from Suits. And we've also covered a lot of her Canada days, right? The stuff that she did in and around Canada when she was shooting Suits and in between filming. One of them being the Reitmans Really video, another beloved video where we broke down both collections piece by piece, and it was magnificent. So I do want to start with her Suits days. She would wear cute little Valentino pieces, such as this little baby doll floral dress and this white sweater. Both really cute, both really just kind of a casual look. These were obviously her more pared down looks from the show. From the beginning, you can kind of glean that Meghan already had a really good eye for style, which she did bring into her Rachel Zane character on Suits. I remember she was talking about how she wore her own jewelry and she worked really close with the designer to actually style the pieces. So a lot of this is Rachel, but a lot of it is also Meghan, which I absolutely loved. Moving into her Canada days, she wore this very trendy, very avant-garde Valentino look with the shoes. Now the bags were not part of the outfit, but they were worn by Meghan during separate occasions, but snapped in paparazzi pictures, and y'all know how I feel about that. So I'm just gonna include them here. Yeah, she looked amazing when she was doing this day in the life. She was at Soho House, Toronto in this particular video and looked absolutely gorgeous. I love that she has a trademark style. Her husband's shirt, very cute. I don't know what you would call these, culottes? Gauchos. I'm not sure exactly the length of these pants because she's seated. So depending on the length, they're either going to be culottes, capris, or gauchos. And they look like they could be leather or vegan leather. Super cute with the Valentino pumps. Now, moving right along into the Reitmans collections, these the ones right here. These are the ones right here. These studded Valentino pumps I had in every color, specifically the one with the T-strap. Oh my God, I was a T-strap hoe back in those days. Oh my God, an ankle strap, give me a T-strap, give me anything that would like elongate and refine. See how it's elongating? These were the go-to baddie heels of the 2010s, y'all. I cannot say enough about what Pierpaolo did for women in these heels. God, I love these studded pumps so darn much, but now my ankles could never ever because I wore them all the time when I was doing my little thing in like college and stuff. I wore these shoes like a Toyota Camry, okay? Just into the ground they went. But yeah, this is her second collection for Reitman's, the workwear line. I love that she had full creative control. We saw her even sitting down sketching some of this. So she had literal full creative direction and control of this line. This follows the very highly successful, instantly sold out first collection for Reitman's, that more casual, sweet look that we went over in the Royal Fashion Inaugural. Man, those were some looks, babes. So well styled. And we had a conversation about this the other day about style versus fashion. There's fashion, which are the clothes, the shoes, the accoutrement to the outfit itself. And then there's style. It's how you put it all together. Some of these people, I mean, they have a lot of money and they wear the fashionable items, but they do not know how to style them. Case in point, I'll give you two examples. Very recently, two certain royal women donned Dior. One in a blue caped Dior number, a style that Meghan is known to love, and another in a all monochrome blush number that should have looked really good by all means, but neither looked good. In fact, they both looked what historians would call a hot mess. The styling was just bad. The tailoring was not great on the older royal woman's Dior cape dress, and the blush on blush on blush was just straight off of the runway on the other royal woman. It washed her out. It wasn't styled very well. I would have definitely swapped out the blush blazer for a cream colored soft silk or cashmere top to mix up the fabric a little bit from the tulle skirt. Or if she was going to go the other route, I would have had a silk skirt with that blazer, something to break up all that monotony. That's how it looked on the runway, and that's not necessarily styling. You're just wearing the clothes off the runway. It's probably like the laziest route you can take. And I'm not trying to be critical here. I get it. It's just clothes. But when you present yourself to be the be all and end all of fashion, this is just not it. This is not it. In fact, that has never been it. It has never been it with these royal women until Meghan came along, of course, and Natasha Archer started following everybody to make sure they were it. And let's be real, did she even do her job? Because the last time I checked, Dior still hasn't posted, y'all. Anywho, back to real style. Tailored, elegant, and refined style. I love how Meghan styles things. I absolutely love it. And speaking of taking things right off the runway, I mean, she wore this beautiful, absolutely show-stopping Pierpaolo number for Valentino in Morocco. One of my favorite looks on her. She looked so stunning. I cannot even with how good she looked in this dress. It is a custom creation. It's pretty much an amalgamation of these two dresses. So the patterning and that lovely panel across the shoulders. The red version is more of a caped silhouette, which Meghan does fancy. And then the white version is more of your A-line. So they really did combine these two so beautifully to give us the final iteration, which is what Meghan showed up in when she landed in Marrakesh. Ugh, the glamour of it all, the glamour of it all. So we know that Meghan has had a working relationship with Pierpaolo for at least 7 years, since at least 2018, right? So this is absolutely stunning, as the Brits would say. Some of her best looks were her pregnancy looks. I mean, it's difficult to compare, obviously. I'm not saying that her other looks aren't stacking up, but for whatever reason, I just found her pregnancy, like her maternity attire, to be so cute. And I think it's because I hadn't seen anyone dress like that in maternity wear ever. I mean, Rihanna obviously has her own maternity style, as does Beyonce, which are individual and unique on their own. There's no comparison there. But I've just never seen anyone dress like this during their pregnancy. It's just so regal. And I feel like pregnancy and the maternity style did not stop her whatsoever. If anything, she looked that much more beautiful. But yeah, this was just hands down the best she's ever looked, in my humble opinion, of course. And then we have this beautiful embellished Valentino mini dress that she wore to the Vax Live concert in New York. Very lovely. She also re-wore this dress for her birthday that just went by this August. Love, 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 love this dress. You can tell a designer loves women by the way his clothes are designed for women's bodies. This shift dress is just so sweet. It is so elegant. It's so dainty. It's just all of the things. What I think I love the most about this dress is not necessarily the dress itself, but what the dress represents. Meghan was postnatal here. We now know that she had miscarried that previous pregnancy before Lilibet, and it kind of gives this dress and the event itself a new take. We didn't know at the time that she had just miscarried her previous pregnancy. Her and Harry had undergone a significant period of depression prior to this. So I think that in a lot of ways, this is a symbolic ray of sunshine, right? Look at the embellishment, look at the pattern of that. It's kind of bursting at the front there. White is associated with cleansing, which I don't necessarily agree with. That's nonsense if you ask me. However, that is the status quo. And a lot of people do associate white with that type of symbolism, especially in fashion. And speaking of white and symbolism, nothing beats that white power suit that she wore to Invictus Games. That was a statement, honey. Man, I remember after this games, there was white suits everywhere. Okay, the princesas of Spain were in these white suits. Her stalker single white sister-in-law quickly put together a white suit iteration of her own like 24 hours later. It was embarrassing. Queen Letizia of Spain was in this suit shortly thereafter. And I'm not saying that they all took Pinterest pictures of Meghan and mood boards of Meghan and incorporated that into their style. I'm just saying that this is how a trend starts, right? One person who's very trendy wears it and has high profile and everyone sees it. And then other women are like, oh yeah, that white suit. Yeah. I think I have a version of that. Yeah, let me bring that out. So I'm not saying that she's the first woman to ever don a white suit, but after she wore this white suit, that was the summer of white suits. And that is indisputable. Moving on to my other favorite look from her. This was a look that we didn't get to see the front of, which was a shame because girl, I would have loved to see the front of this dress on Meghan. She wore this dress to Misha Nonu's wedding. I mean, no notes. No notes. The hair was doing what it did. The dress was everything. And speaking of the dress being everything, Misha Nonu's wedding dress, hello? Ma'am? Ugh. Mean. I love this dress so much. The eyelet style cutout lace, the lasered lace applique was everything. The collar, the neckline, the veil placement, all of it. Misha, girl. I mean, I'd expect nothing less from a designer of Misha's caliber, but dang, I was taken aback when I saw this dress. It's so unique. You know, you've seen every bridal dress under the sun, and then you see something that you haven't. And I was really delightfully surprised by Misha's wedding dress. So kudos. Sorry, y'all, I get so sidetracked and passionate when we're talking fashion, but back to Valentino. So, okay, Meghan loves her a good Valentino, like A-line and a nice dress, but she also has like a staple cachet of Valentino accessories. Like these ballet flats, we see her in these all the time, as well as these rounded sunglasses that she seems to favor. What do you guys think? You think she breaks her sunglasses as often as the rest of us do? I remember I used to buy like fancy like Coach and Prada sunglasses from the Sunglass Hut at the mall, and I'd break them. And then I'd be furious because that was $200-300 a pop. The most expensive glasses I ever bought in my life, I bought these Celine glasses. They were like $400 and I broke them like 2 weeks later. So I stopped. I buy cheap gas station sunglasses these days because I am a clumsy oaf when it comes to leaving my sunglasses on like a seat in my car or somewhere inexplicable where I will absolutely break them and only have myself to blame. Anyways, so I do love how Meghan mixes it up. She can go from a chic casual like this to a real showstopper, like this embellished little black mini she wore to the Katy Perry concert. Yeah, she really knows what she's doing. And a lot of people have been whispering that this means that there's going to be some kind of ambassadorship, maybe a Meghan x Balenciaga. She certainly knows how to style his clothes. I mean, look at this white laser cut dress that she also wore to the Invictus Games. Sweet, sexy silhouette. A-line makes it classy. I love this brown set that she wore to the screening of The After, Misan Harriman's film. She just gets it. She absolutely gets it. She understands her body. She understands what flatters her figure. She understands tailoring very well. She understands fashion. She was basically born for this, among all the other things that she was born to do. It just comes naturally to her. Love this for her. We will definitely keep an eye out for Balenciaga Ambassador Watch.